I'm trying to say this. We're really in a sticky situation here politically because we have this thing where they're going to mention who the Antichrist is, and it's going to be people that are altruistic. So if I act altruistic, then I'm considered the Antichrist. But if I say a word or a curse word that's out of line, then I'm in trouble. So it's a catch-22. Anyway, this is for my parents. Do you know that I am still in shock over this? And you are going to continue to use reactive abuse on me and call me crazy. Yet, you sexually abused me and you've destroyed my two brothers. They're both severe drug addicts, and I'm not judging drug addicts. I had my issues too. That is very common. Almost everyone with complex post-traumatic stress disorder has used substances, and if not that, they overeat or hypersexuality, anything to distract from the mind effery that is a family dynamic of narcissism. Father, you led me to believe that you were this honest cop, yet you'd go cheat on Mom with her girlfriend, which she's not around anymore, but it was Pam. You were cheating on her right in front of your own children. The town only had like 3,000 people in it. You're a pig, and you're a liar. And yet you walked around like you are such a communal narcissist, literally starting a safe space for women while you're cheating on your wife. You're a piece of work and you're a liar. And it's going to get down to brass tacks. And let me tell you something. I am not trying to make the person down the street feel any better, because that person has caused me more shit, and you have helped perpetuate that, as well as my sexually essayed aunt, because Grandpa on Mom's side was a cringe man, and my great-grandfather on Grandpa's side was a cringe man to your sister, my beloved Aunt Mary Ann, that has passed away, that used to get visits by her grandpa behind the barn in Ohio and would sit on the couch and wait for someone to look at her to be seen. There is so much SA in this family, and so many other families too, and that's why people are afraid of me. That's why they signed a petition here, a secret petition, because they're afraid of the truth of the shadows in their own life. And until this world starts admitting the errors of judgment, some extreme, this world is going to continue to be a disaster. And my world is not a disaster. It is chaotic because you're a monster, but you're going to get found out. What do you think? You hired an investigator, and that investigator fell in love with me, you moron. You know why you fell in love? And I'm not even saying he fell in love with me in a bodily way. Fell in love with me because I let him be seen. This informant lost his daughter due to a substance addiction. And this man became my friend, but he was torn in between his past and his crimes and the sadness of how much he loved his daughter. Mr. Valicenti, Mr. Anthony Valicenti of 1825 Southeast Deming Avenue in Port St. Lucie, Florida. 1825 Southeast Deming Avenue, Port St. Lucie, Florida. You have caused so much grief. Your malignant narcissism has spread like a cancer. I know for a fact. Not one friend has called me because you probably spun me so badly and then offered them a lot of money. Let me tell you something. There is a massive amount of wealth in that inheritance, and I was wondering why everybody was flying around and doing this and that while I'm counting pennies for water, not because I was lazy and waiting for an inheritance I didn't even know I had, silly, is that you would set things up and literally undermine me with every boss I've had since I was 16 years old. You're a monster, and you're going to be found out, and I don't care what my siblings say because they are so brainwashed and so frightened and weak and insecure, and I'm not judging them. I was that way too. You caused substance problems with all your children. I remember you saying once in your chair, Mr. Self-Righteous, after you woke up because your birthday happened to be on Easter Sunday, and you said the Christ has risen. You're a monster. You think that you're the Old Testament God, not even the New Testament God, because Jesus was way too nice to be likened to you. And your wife, she was molested by her father. My aunt was molested, S.A.'d by her father, Grandpa. My Aunt Marianne by great-grandpa. And I was S.A.'d by you and Mom. You'd send me to places. You're going down. Not because I want you to go down or I'm a mean person or I wanted my parents to go to jail, but I've given you every opportunity for the past 50 years since I was 12 or 13 to do the right thing, and you won't. So you have dug, your narcissism has dug you in a hole, and you are burying yourself in it. Don't blame it on me. Of course you will, because a narcissist runs into a tree with his car and he yells at the tree. But you know what? This tree here is putting the accountability right on you. You're the big man. Do you realize how much hell that you have caused people in my community, in the community down there in life? You're going down, old man. Get used to it. And your heart condition, that AFib, it's the perfect name because your whole lie has been AFib. Now, if TikTok takes this down because a soul that's trying to survive in a family, if they think this is the oracle correct thing to do, then they will ban me and I will make the video without my AI eyeliner until I can afford and get my inheritance to do different things, because you're supposed to change things up on the videos. I've read a lot and it keeps things interesting. And when I haven't slept all night, the eyeliner makes me look like I'm not ready to drop. So, and I enjoy it. And I like having that Egyptian look. As I said, I wish it would go straight, but we'll get there one day. In the meantime, why did you let Aunt Marianne in that trailer after she was S.A.'d as a young girl? I remember you saying to me, oh, she's nothing but a bitch and a nasty person. She was a nasty little girl because she was angry, you unempathic monster. Look in the mirror, Mr. Jesus. Born again, I have risen on March 30th. I hope that people in your community start literally picketing right in front of your house, because there's plenty of people in that town that don't like you, and for good reason. You and your wife are monsters. That is what you are. Look at me. Monsters. That's what you are. And not Herman Munster. He was funny. I feel like Marilyn in the Munsters, like the only one that has a soul and that doesn't look like Tales from the Crypt at this point. So you know what? Why don't you get your shit together, old man? You are an embarrassment and a shame, and you're a vexation to the soul of humanity.